foremost, I do want to thank Pedro for giving me the honor to talk to you guys this afternoon. I mean, I feel like honor beyond belief. So very grateful. Thank you, Pedro. Like he says, you know, we've been friends for some time now, and I have an interesting story to tell, but you know, it will take a long time. I like to expand on my stories. But yes, I live in Naples. I am originally from Ecuador, South America. So from Quito, Ecuador, born and raised. I went to school up in Connecticut. I got my degree in hospitality management. And then about 9 years ago, I did my transition into real estate. So I've been doing real estate 9 years in the making. So my business really exploded, I want to say 3 years ago. You know how it's real estate, you're up and downs, right? Like you will never, the goal of a good business is to have it to be sustainable, right? Just to have not flat, but either maintain it or going up, right? Real estate, unfortunately, doesn't really work that way. So my first 7 years, my first 6 years, it was just that, you know, a lot of up and downs, like a roller coaster business. And it wasn't until I joined Keller Williams that, you know, things changed for me, gratefully. I was able to plug into the systems and tools and the mindset. And now moving forward, 2019, it was one of it was my best year yet so far. I ended up doing about 35 transactions, and I'm a single agent, by the way. I do have a part-time admin and full-time transaction coordinator. So I ended up doing about 35 transactions. That is about $10.2 million worth of volume. And yeah, so individual, one of the top in the office, for sure.
Awesome. So Nico, I want to make this all about you. So I'm going to ask you some questions to hear your story a little bit more detail and see if it can relate to their business. So the first one, and I think you might have covered this already, but so how many years have you been in real estate altogether?
Altogether, it's been about 9 years.
Okay. And with Keller Williams?
3. Actually, last month, 3 years last month.
Okay, and we met about 3 years ago in your market center.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. All right. And so how have you seen your business grow over the past 3 years?
Okay, and I got to tell you this, Pedro. When I met you, there's so many things, which is one of the things that I want to tell you now because it's something that is tied down at the end. You inspired me a lot, and I did follow a lot of your models and what you're doing actually with your videos and social media and things of that nature. So I was able to sort of repeat your formula and, you know, apply it to my business. So it's been 9 years. The last 3 years, I went from, so get this, my story, and I'm very relatable because I had really good business back in the foreclosure insurance area, right? You know, 2010, 11, 12. I did a lot of short sales, and that
Oh boy. Sorry, buddy. I think I muted you by mistake there.
You
had
mute
some
me?
background noise. I did. So you said you did a lot of short sales, and then I cut you off. So pick it up from
Gotcha. Pedro, you already muted me. It's not even 5 minutes yet, man. Oh my God. Anyway, so once we had the shift into a better market in 2013, 14, then it was really hard for me to adjust because I didn't have the support in order to do so. So on my own, I reinvented myself, and my business went went down big time. 2016 was my worst year ever, guys. I tell you, when you have a dream, you know, you probably, this is a term overused, but if you really believe that you want to do something, just do it, you know, no matter what. So when my business tanked, I picked up side jobs. So I waited tables part-time. I loaded trucks at UPS part-time. Back in 2013, my son was born, and my wife stayed at home, right, to raise my son. So that's where I picked up side jobs, but I always made sure that real estate was my priority. So UPS, for instance, I work about 8 months loading trucks between 1 in the morning and 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. And trust me, Monday through Friday, I was at the office between 9 and 5 or 6 in the at night, doing real estate, you know, like reinventing myself, putting the work in, day in and day out. So you see this face, it's the face of hard work. But yet, I'm resilient, guys. You know, whatever it is that you do, make sure that you do it super consistently. So anyways, 2016, super bad year. I did about 6 transactions, which translated into 1.2 million, I think. Now, let me mind you guys, I was the only income for the house and raising a son, right? So it was, in order to break through, you have to break down. Can you guys see me and hear me?
No, we lost your video. We hear you in audio.
Perfect. Okay, somebody's calling, guys. That's why. So anyways, you have to break through, break down in order to break through. That's what they say, right? So okay. I went from being a victim, feeling like a victim, although I was putting the work and everything in it. I went from like, okay, I have to change. I have to do a 180-degree turn. And I did. So I changed my mindset. I changed my rituals, my routines, my daily routine, my daily thinking. And my number one thing was get a broker that is, you know, it has a name recognition. I ended up with Kelly Williams, loved it. And then, yeah, so 2017, changed my mindset, changed a lot of bad habits that I had. I joined Keller Williams, plugged into the systems and everything. And then slowly but surely, my business, I started to produce more. Remember, success is a slow process. It's very slow and then suddenly, right? It happens,
Nico,
it's very slow and then it jumps up.
Let me interrupt you there for a second. And I want to highlight something you said and see if I'm understanding this correctly. So you said you weren't getting the results you wanted, so you decided to go and reinvent yourself, right? And then you had the worst year you've ever had. So you went and basically went on creativity and tried to do things the way you thought were the right way to do them, and then you struggled some.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yes, absolutely.
And then you implemented some proven systems and models that you learned at Keller Williams, and your business started to pick up.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So the reason why I wanted to highlight that is because we do talk about that a lot, right? And a lot of the systems and models we use are not natural to us, so we tend to shy away and go do what we like to do, right?
Correct.
But so you're living proof, your business is living proof that, hey, you just have to adapt to the things that work, and then results will start to show up.
That would be the only way. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to make the uncomfortable comfortable. And once you're able to start doing that, it's a model. If you follow the model, which we have at KW, and by the way, guys, it could be anybody else. It could be Tom Ferry. It could be your best friend agent from another company. Anyone that has a proven model and a method of doing business and generating successful results, just copy that, pretty much. That's what I did. I can't tell you, I can't take credit other than perseverance, consistency, and truly putting the work in.
Cool. So my next question to you is, can you share with us what your daily routine looks like, if you have one, and and what that looks like?
Okay, awesome. So, by the way, guys, everything, it goes hand to hand with your business. So your person.
We lost you there, buddy.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
We're good.
Okay. Everything goes hand in hand with your business.
All right, guys. So one of the things that I changed 3 years ago, and I saw reflected in my business tremendously was changing my routine, my habits, my thinking. So this is my daily routine, and this is what it's been for the last 3 years. I wake up. Now, by the way, I used to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. Now I'm down to 4:10 in the morning, Monday through Friday. So what that looks like, I get up at 4:10 in the morning. I get ready to go to the gym at 5. My gym is about 10 minutes, 12 minutes away from my house. I get to the gym around 5. I work out for an hour, 5 to 6, 6:10, 6:20. I'll go home. Once I get home, I don't eat breakfast. I do like a green juice, some fruit and vegetables in my little ninja thing, and some, proteins and why not. And I have that there. As I'm drinking my juice, and this is around 6:30 in the morning. As I'm drinking my juice, I journal every day, just like Bold taught us to journal every day. That's what I do, guys. 1 page per day, Monday through Friday. What do I journal about? Affirmations, gratitude, things, my yearly goals, right? I journal about maybe the day, what I want to get accomplished, whatever. It's just a mix of things. And first and foremost, affirmations and just reaffirming my goals. So my goal is sell 54 homes a year at $280,000 per transaction. That is about $465,000 worth of GCI and $15.4 million worth of volume. That's my goal, right? So that I write it on my journal every day. I sell, I will sell. No, I sell 54 homes a year in 2020, etc., etc. I'm grateful for things. Thank you, God, for this, for that, for that. And then affirmations. I am grateful. I am happy. I am blessed, etc. Once I'm done with that, my son is already eating breakfast, and I'm helping to eat breakfast. Then as he's eating breakfast, my wife gets ready for work. Then I get ready to go to work, and this is around 6:40 already. Then as I'm getting ready, I read about 10 minutes or 1 chapter to 2 chapters of any book. Now I'm reading a book, Tony Robbins' book, one of his books I'm reading now. So I do about 1 chapter or 2 chapters every morning. And once I'm done with that, as I'm getting to the shower and getting ready to go to work, I'm listening. And this is my ritual, by the way, daily, Monday through Friday. So, and then as I'm getting ready, shower, brushing my teeth and all that, I'm hearing on my YouTube channel, I have saved videos of motivational videos. So, they have a compilation of different speakers and all in one, 30, 20 minutes, whatever that may be. And I'm constantly listening to these guys. And of course, I have my favorites that I listen, more than one time, every day I'm listening to it. And then I'm at the office. I drop off my son around 8 at school. And by 8:30, I'm at the office ready to prospect. I do a role play for about 15 minutes. I have 2 partners that I do that with. 15 minutes, 7 minutes role play. And then I jump on the phones and start my day by prospecting.
Awesome. So you're doing exercise, gratitude, mindset, role play, and then you're prospecting every morning.
That's it.
Cool. So if you had the opportunity to go back in time and start all over, what would you tell your past self? Hey, this is what we need to do different.
I will kick myself until I bleed. I'm telling you.
Okay.
What I would do, guys, what I would say to myself if I can go back in time is very simple. Number 1, be a go-getter. Don't care what other people say. Don't mind what other people may say or think about you. Number 1. Number 2, I will follow a great mentor. Now, I'm guessing people in this call are your mentees, Pedro. I'm not sure.
We opened this call to all the agents in our market center.
Okay.
So some might like me, some may not. I'm not sure, but they're all welcome, and we like to share with everybody. So.
Got it. Hey, if they don't like you,
some don't know that that's my dry humor, so they might have not found that funny too. So that's.
Hey, Pedro. Hey, if they don't like you, I don't blame them. So it's all good.
Me neither.
So so get your mind right. Follow a good mentor. If you don't have a mentor per se, you know, our culture at KW is all about helping. So find a successful agent and ask him questions. I'm more likely they're going to be willing to tell you and help you in whatever you need. So follow somebody that's already doing it and do exactly the same. Don't reinvent anything. Number three, don't pay for nothing, guys. Oh my God, like Zillow leads, these other leads, and this and marketing. Please don't. I spend so much money by trying to follow that shiny object that was presented to me. And I mean, I lost a lot of money. You don't know what you don't know. So if I look back, if I have to give myself an advice, I'll be like, follow somebody who's already doing business and just copy exactly the same. In our world, prospecting, mindset, your database. Oh, I would, man, so much opportunity now that I didn't have before. And people that are already in this scope already belong to Keller Williams. Oh my God, I wish I had a Keller Williams back in the day. It would make a huge difference. My business would be in another level if that was the case.
Cool. So what are you doing today, right? Especially with our changing market over the last 2 weeks, let's say.
Right.
What are you doing today that's a little different than what you were doing 2 weeks ago to kind of get through what our market is, our market of the moment, right? And if you can share that, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah. So what I'm doing today, guys, I just had actually a coaching session with my team leader, Becky, amazing lady. And so she's coaching me every week. So what we're doing now, and I'm sure if you guys already are part of, the Shift Facebook group and, the videos that James is putting out there and we all talking about, is just that, double down. What I'm doing is I'm definitely prospecting more. I'm more present on social media, right? So don't be afraid thinking that, oh my God, well, the world's going crazy. Look at this guy putting that he sold a house or he's showing properties or whatever. This is what the market is doing. By the way, guys, and this is one of the things that I do want you to come across to you guys. 80% in the bad moments, in times of crisis, 80% of the agents now in business are going to fade away in some way, shape, or form. Not everybody's going to survive this crisis. After we control this virus, right, we're going to have a recession. People are being laid off. People don't have jobs. People are losing their jobs. People are dying. So we are going to have a recession. And it will be the 20% of agents that will have that business that the other 80% will not be able to do anymore. So for the new agents, so this is what I'm doing. Really double down in the activities, in the 20% of the activities that produces the 80% of my results. And that is calling everybody on your database, everybody on your sphere of influence that you have on your database. Call them up, and the simple script that you can use is, how you doing? How are you? Come from contribution. I'm calling everyone on my database, literally just to check up on them, making sure they're good. And if there's anything I can do to help them. And by the way, I've been doing this since last week. I already have about 4 past clients that are ready to buy. If I didn't call them, I would not know this, by the way, that are ready to buy as soon as prices start dropping even more. Because as you know, prices are coming down already. I have about 4 price reductions already in the last week. So give it another few months. Trust me, prices will go down. And there will be a very healthy group of buyers willing, able, and ready to pull the trigger on the spot. So the other thing that I'm doing, guys, is calling on my sphere of influence, coming from contribution. Trust me, they will talk about real estate. You don't have to. And if they don't talk about real estate, they don't talk about real estate. Just make sure that you care for them. The other thing is, if you do some kind of marketing on social media, especially Facebook and Instagram, then start promoting, do some ads, especially through command, right? With a Facebook ads and command. By the way, Facebook and Keller Williams are partners. So any ad that will come from command, as far as Facebook goes, will give you, their algorithms are in our favor. So whatever it is that we do, we'll get more shows, more clicks, more impressions, and why not? So target those buyers, guys. Get your listings, work for the listings, of course, but there will be a lot of buyers going after houses, so you have to be in front of them. So be on social media, call your database daily, you know, make sure that they know that you worry about them. And also expires, guys. It's a great opportunity now to get expired listings, because as we go into a recession, it may take another, who knows, but let's call it 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, as far as we know, where things will bounce back, and it will. But there's no better opportunity to sell than today, because today we know that you can get as much money for your property than you will be able to get it next week or somewhere down in the near future, right? So that's the conversation that you can have with your expired listings. And so that's pretty much what I'm, you know, focusing on, expires, database, and social media.
Cool. So Nico, share with us, what were your top 3 sources of business for you? Your 3 pillars.
Okay, so pretty much I just covered that. So to me, it's always been my database, my past clients and referrals. First and foremost, 95% of my business, especially in 2019, it was referrals and past clients. So that's great. That once you're able to have that type of business out of your database, that's where you're gonna have a healthy and sustainable long-term real estate business, right? I do go after new business all the time, but you know, I'm getting all these referrals. So number 2 for me is social media. And how I do that, again, is just by being out there and stay on top of mind. Social media is nothing but a tool for you as an agent to stay on top of mind in front of the people that you already know. People do business with people that they like, they trust, they know, like, and trust, right? So that being said, if you're in front of them on social media, not by bragging about your business, by just providing value on your post about the market. And remember, if you do business, you got to do family too. You got to do your personal things. You are a human being, so they have to relate with you. So that's my other source of business, as far as referrals. Hey, my cousin, you know, needs a house, and you know, I saw you on social media. You know, they already know me, so those referrals I'm getting. And number 3, which I'm very grateful, is about, just like Pedro, my referral partners, right, from other cities in Keller Williams. We do have a great opportunity at KW to network with everybody around the globe, right? If you are into teaching, you can pursue a teaching gig with Florida Educational Services. If you go to family reunion, if you go to mega camp, network with these agents, because those are the people that once you create that relationship, they can send you referrals into your own city. So that was a huge piece for 2019 for my business. And thank you, Pedro, because I know that you've been one of my referral partners that I appreciate so much.
You got it. My pleasure. So I'm going to let you segue right into that. Let people know who you are, where you're at, what you focus on, and how they can refer you business, and then we'll open it up to questions.
Okay, good.
You press something and you muted yourself, so you got.
Yeah, I know. I think when I said, okay, so guys, there's 2 things that I specialize on. Number 1 is customer service. Like I always say, anyone can sell a house and do the transaction. It's all about the service that you provide to the client. That will determine your future business. That one client can refer you everyone under the sun. So first and foremost is customer service. So please know that when you refer me something, it's going to be treated like no one else. Then number 2, negotiations. There's nothing better than at the end of the transaction for your client to say, oh my God, Pedro did a fantastic job, but also saved me money or got me all the closing costs paid or half of it or whatever that may be. So those two main components, write it down, customer service and negotiation. When you're talking to a seller or a buyer, you should tell him what is it that you are really good at. And these two components, I found out that are just, you cannot beat it. Customer service, everybody wants great service and everybody wants to get a deal. Might as well specialize in the two things that most people want. So I do all Southwest Florida, so Naples, Fort Myers, Lehigh Acres, Cape Coral, Bonita Springs, Estero, and Marco Island. Collier in Lee County, I'll do them full time. I'll cover all those areas. And yeah, that's that. You can reach me at my cell phone number is 239-404-5154. That is 239-404-5154. Because I tend to cap rather sooner than later, I always offer the 30% referral fee, guys, by the way. 30% every time, okay? And please follow me on social media. I promise you I will follow you back. I'm not those people that just get the followers and never follow back. My Instagram account is Nico, N-I-C-O _real_state. Nico Real Estate, but with the underscore between Nico Real and State. And Facebook, just Nico Paredes, and then I'll pop up there too.
Awesome, Nico. Hey, I know your time is valuable. We have slotted until 2:30 for people to ask questions, and we may answer. I know I promised you that you'd be able to get off at 2:15. So I want to open it up and unmute everybody. And if you guys have questions, please do so. He's here with us for another 10 minutes. We want to help you grow your business, make more money, and survive whatever we're going through now. So let's have at it.
Nico, what did you do in particular to help you wake up so much earlier? What was the mindset that you had to do for yourself?
Okay, so, and who is this?
Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Hi.
Okay, so the mindset behind was because of my son, I want to spend time with him when I go home. I put a lot of hours at the office, so I go home between 6:30 or 7, right? So my goal is just to go home and just hang out with him. He's only 6 now, so just hang out with him. So in order for me to do as much work in real estate and have family time, then I have to start my day way early. And Christina, not only that, if you listen to any very mega successful people.
Nico, hold on 1 second. I'm going to mute everybody because we have some background noise. Unmute yourself, answer the question, and if you have a question, unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Cool?
Special.
Perfect. Okay. Can you hear me now? We're good.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Awesome. So, Christina, the reason is that I need to start earlier. So working out in the morning, doing all those things in the morning just help me to get clarity and know exactly what I need to do for the day. So I just don't wake up and be like, oh, well, what am I calling today? What am I going to do? No, I already know exactly what I need to do. And if you really hear all these motivational speakers everywhere, when they talk about the mega successful people around the world, they have the same habits. So literally, I'm copying other people's habits, which is waking up in the morning. This guy, this motivational speaker, his name is something Robbins. I can't remember the name. But anyways, no. There's another guy. Anyways, he has the 5 a.m. morning club, right? So everybody gets up at 5 and gets their routine or whatever going. Some people will meditate. But Christina, it comes down to time. And by the time most people are waking up, I'm done. I did my journal. I already read the book. I listened to my motivational stuff, and I already worked out. So I'm good. I mean, all I have to do for the rest of the day is literally focusing on making money, helping other people achieve their dream, which is real estate.
Cool. All right. What other questions do we have? This is your time to learn from one of the top agents in South Florida and things that you can implement into your business right now. You can either ask a question or type it into the chat.
I'm going to ask, I wrote it in the chat, but I'll ask it. That what in specific, when you changed to Keller Williams, I recently changed in November, and it particularly helped my mindset. Is that what you say would be the biggest change for you when you went to this brokerage, or what else did you use from Keller Williams that you think is different besides the referral network?
Awesome. And who's this?
It's Christina again.
Oh, Christina again. Your voice sounds different, Christina. Awesome. No, just kidding. Thank you for the question. So, in general, 80 to 90% of success is mindset. 10 to 20% are the mechanics of it. The tools, you know, actually the techniques that you use. So joining Keller Williams, it helped me with the mindset, number one. Number two, the systems and tools. My profile, I'm a D and a C, right? My D is my highest one, right? And so I like organization. I like things to be organized. I like the structure of things. I thrive in that environment. So Keller Williams was able to provide that to me where, okay, this is what you got to do to make money. A, B, C, D, boom. That's it. So here we go. Here are your scripts. You got to call and this is what you got to say. You have your 8 by 8 touches. You have your 36 touch, right? All that is already there. So it's a structure. I already know what I need to do. And the validation to me is like looking at Pedro, for instance, the success that he has and his team. You know, my goal is to grow a team just like his, if not better, right? I love the competition.
Gotta be better.
But yeah, but looking, so and then I met Pedro and I met other awesome, great agents, top agents. And the cool thing about it is also, Christina, it was the mindset of me looking at these top agents like here, and I'm like, it's unreachable. But then at Keller Williams, I had them as my boys, my friends, right? When you go to mega camp or family reunion, you see these mega agents, and then you talk to them, and then you get a clarity that like, oh my God, this is just a human being, just like me. You know, why, you know, there's no difference. And I think that was one of the things that I was able to finally get rid of, that I see them over there and I see myself over here, when truly we're all one and the same. And I think that helped me so that's what I do at the office. And I was very strategic by really becoming friends with the top agents. I rented an office, and then I was hanging out with the top agents, the top 20% of the office. And guess what happened? Next thing you know, I was one of them. I always knew, I looked at them, I'm like, that's where I want to be. That's my group. One day, that will be me. And one day, I'm actually one of them. And here is Pedro telling me, one of the top agents. I mean, just to hear that, Jesus Christ, I get goosebumps. I'm like, oh my God, is he talking about me? So that's a mindset piece. Everything else, if you learn the techniques, the mechanics, the how to do it, that's easy. That's easy. The hard part is to do it.
So Nico, I'm gonna add on that, right? Because especially right now, right? Who you're hanging out with matters more than ever before.
Yeah.
Right. So you mentioned the Shift Pivot Ahead Facebook group, which I put in the chat. Who you're hanging out with and who is feeding your mind space matters more than ever before, right? And you know that we share in common. 6 years ago, I was in the same position that you just described, right? I was looking up to agents in our market center. I was looking up to other agents and seeing myself so far away, right? And what Keller Williams also did for me was, like you said, provide the system, tools, and models for you to implement. And it allowed me to rub shoulders, for lack of better terms, right? and interact with these people. And I think we lost Nico. But it allowed me to interact with some of these agents that I look up to, that are my mentors, and that I still look up to. And they're the ones that are my inspiration to continue to thrive, right? And to continue to push forward and to continue to grow our business, right? So definitely that's a great answer to her question. And Christina, by the way, ask all the questions that you want. That's what we're here for. How you participate in here is how you participate out there, and it shows you're doing a great job in your business. So this is why we wanted to put this mastermind together, so you guys get access to not just the agents in our market center, but agents outside the market center, and be able to see what they're doing to be successful. So yes, definitely hanging out with the right people is definitely extremely important.
Yeah, Pedro, if I just can add, if I can just add to it, they say that you're the reflection of the immediate 5 people that you hang out the most. So if you're hanging out with people that smoke, with 6 people that are smokers, you'll be the number 7. If you hang out with people that smoke pot all the time, you'll be one of them. So there's a saying that says, stand guard at the door of your mind, right? What comes inside, it will determine the outcome. So what you pour into yourself, it will determine what comes out. So read the right books, hang out with the right people. Don't look at news, especially nowadays, guys. The media is like bombarding us with bad news. Like, I'm depressed sometimes because while you look around, especially now, it's sad times. But guys, at the end of the day, you have a business you have a family to feed, and you have a business to maintain. So again, be in your bubble, create your own reality despite the madness around you, and trust me, that will reflect in your business, and you will thrive. You'll do good.
Awesome. All right, what other questions do we have? Well,
hey, Nico, I have a question.
Yes.
How you doing, Nico? It's Lance.
Hey, Lance, how you doing, buddy?
Good, and you?
Good.
Now that you doubled down on your business, how many contacts are you going for, like, on a daily basis?
Okay, great question, Lance. So I'm more purposeful now, and I'm just touching really my database for now. Now get this, guys. In April, well, I don't know about in your area, but this April is about, between April and June, it's a lot of expires coming up, at the end of 6 months, rotations. So I know we're going to be flooded with expires. So for the most part, I do 20, just like Bold, man, that's what I do. I've taken Bold 8 times, so I don't know anything else but Bold. So I do about 20 contacts a day. Now that I'm doing just my database, I'll do less. I'll go by the letters, A and W, the system that we use from the perfect referral, Even at Bold now, we have that, the new one. So I'm doing my letters. If I call them on Monday, if they don't answer the phone, I leave a message. And I said, I let them know that they don't have to call me back, that I was just calling to say how they're doing. Then I tell them I'm going to call them on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I will call, and if they don't answer, I don't leave a message. Then on Friday, I will text message. And then the next week, I'll go to the next set of names. But yes, right now, I'm just truly calling everybody in my database and having those conversations. And by the way, today I spoke maybe with 5 people in my database. It took me about 2.5 hours. We had really long conversations. They're like, oh my God, how you doing? How's the family? I mean, next thing you know, we're just talking about everything, So, but it was a great connection. People they're grateful that you're calling. And they said, oh my God, thank you so much for calling. Is your doctor calling you to check on you? No. Is your accountant calling you to check on you? No. Your barber? No one is calling you to check on you. So here is you, the agent that sold them a house, God knows when, calling back to say, hey, how are you? How can I help you, right? So it's very powerful, guys. So that's what I'm doing now. Just making sure that I call everybody.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Lance.
All right, guys, we got a couple more minutes. This is your chance to ask a few more questions, whatever you may have that we may answer. So let us know what else you got.
I have one more question, Nico.
Sure.
Pedro's really big on scripts, and he does it with his team. I know that you're a single agent, so do you have a coach, a mastery coach, or what type of coach do you have? And do you practice with them, or how do you do your practicing?
Awesome. Great question. So I script practice with other agents in my office. So my buddy Jordas, who's another top agent, and then my buddy James. So 2 days a week I do with Jordas, and other 2 days I do with James. 15 minutes, that's it. Now, I'm not in mastery coaching yet. That will be my next step. Right now, I've been like personally coached by my team leader, Becky. So she's coaching the top 20% that are not in mastery. And this lady, she's just amazing. So that's something that maybe, Christina, you can go to your market to, hey, Mark is your team leader, right, guys?
Sir.
Yeah. So, hey, maybe he can coach you once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. You know, just ask. You know, ask and you shall receive. So, or if it is not the team leader, maybe a top agent, maybe Pedro can coach you maybe once every 2 weeks, one-on-one coaching. So coaching is all about hold you accountable for the things that you say you're going to do.
Hey, and Nico, to add to that point, right? So everybody in this call can hear. Mark has been one of the biggest advocates for our business. And the reason why that is because we're constantly seeking out his guidance and advice, right? So my recommendation to you is you're the one that needs to be the seeker, right? You need to continue to seek for help and assistance. You need to be the squeaky wheel, right? The squeaky wheel gets the oil. So if you're always showing up, doing the activities, and you're asking for assistance in the areas where you're needing help, I guarantee you somebody in our organization will be there to help you. Yeah, you need to ask. If you kind of hide away at home, or you go in a cubicle and you don't seek that help from anybody, unfortunately, with our businesses today, we're all very busy. So if you don't ask for the help, it probably won't come, right? That's like the person that's ill or hurt and says 911 is not coming, yet you never dialed it, right? So you got to go ask. And I know for a fact that one of us in the office will be there to help you. Mark is more than happy to provide help and helping you move your businesses forward.
Exactly. One of the things that I did, guys, it was just that, Christina, just to continue on the answer here a little bit. I got an office there to start with, but I walk around, I talk to people, I do my activities, I show up to every team meeting, I show up to every training possibly. So I still do. So getting to know those people and asking for the help, it will help you tremendously in your business.
Cool. All right, we're almost about to wrap up. Do we have any more questions before we end the call? All right, going once, going twice. All right, well, Nico, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak to our people today, speak to me, and share some knowledge and some of your story. We appreciate you. Remember, guys, Nico's over in the west coast of South Florida, so he'll be able to help any of your clients in that area, and he's going to pay you a 30% referral fee, raising the bar, raising the standard.
Yeah, that is just for today only, one-time offer.
All right, Nico. Hey, we truly appreciate you. Good luck out there. Stay safe, and let's keep on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nico.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank
God
you.
bless. Keep up the
Have a
good
good
fight.
one.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.